Alright, so the premise of this video is super simple. I'm going to show you and walk you through the entire process I would go about using if I had to scale in high ticket offer $200,000 per month without running a single piece of ad, only from organic content. Now, there are no fancy editing in this. I'm not going to like add a freaking effect every 10 seconds. So if you can't take that, and if you're super dopamine junkie, so please, this won't be a pleasant experience for you. But if you like making money, and if you want to actually learn how to make money from your business, or if you're a copywriter or marketer who wants to learn how to make money for other clients, then this is exactly for you, and this is exactly what you should watch till the very end, because there's a lot of value coming your way, because I have my handy dandy Google Doc and Miro board right here. What qualifies as a high ticket offer? Now, this is the biggest misconception I see in the space, is that they think, okay, 3 4K offer is a high ticket offer. But reality is 3 to 4K offer is literally nothing compared to high ticket. Yes, it's on the higher ticket end, but you can't call it high ticket, because it's just, you can't classify it as a high ticket product, because high ticket products are something that are above that 8K value. For example, something, a program for 10K, something 15K, 30K. Like one of my clients literally sells a 15K, around 15K a month, sorry, air mastermind. And it's been crushing. It's because we don't think about, okay, we need to make it 3 4K as high ticket. We just care about, okay, these are the people that are making 100, 200, 500K from this program, so it's super reasonable to charge 15K a year for it, right? So that's the first misconception I want to get out of the way. A high ticket product is not something cheap like 3 4K, is something at least above 8K. Because if you pull out the calculator, if I can pull out the calculator right here, and I don't know how I would get it here, so I will just use it here. So let's say you have an $8,000 offer, right? Now to make 100K, you really need to sell like, I don't know, 12, right? Yes, about 13. So literally 13 clients every single month for a 8K offer is 1,400, $104,000 every single month. And 13 customers is nothing. If you had to make $100,000 from literal $27 offer, that would you'll have to sell three, almost 4K worth of that product, just to make the same amount of money you could have made from 13 people. So trust me when I say this, selling high ticket is literal gold mine if you want to make like genuinely crazy money with info. And the beauty of high ticket is that making 100K a month is super easy. Just like I mentioned, it's like, compare how, what is easier in your head? Is it selling to 13 people every single month on a 8K deal? Or let's say you have a 15K deal, that's like barely 8 people, right? You have to sell to. What is easier, selling 8 people or selling like, I don't know, 10K people on like a $10 book? What's easier? Of course, is selling the 8 people, because just it's the like lesser amount. Now, I won't go deep into the psychology and stuff. I'll just kind of skim over it, because you should know what high ticket is and why it sells. So high ticket buyers don't pay for more info; they pay for faster results. So if you don't have a high ticket offer set up right now, or if you want to set it up, just know that you can't just say, okay, you get this, this, and this. They really do not care. If I'm personally paying 15K, 30K for something, I want it to make me at least 10x ROI on that. So, and at least something that's not directly money, but it brings saves my time, that's worth that much, right? So it's either have to pay for money, like it actually has to make them money in some end, or it has to save them time, which at the end is also money, time, because time is money, right? So selling high tickets is basically selling certainty. So certainty of process, certainty of support, and most importantly, certainty in results. So example, you won't sell coaching, because you, if you really wanted to sell coaching, you can only charge like 3K max for it. No one's gonna pay 15K for just coaching. What you'll actually sell is that 90-day transformation with accountability, assets, clarity, and basically everything they need to go from like where they are to where they want to be. So like if I pull out my handy dandy mirror wood, so this is the person right now. This is the person they want to become. Right? They have loads of money. So the process of them getting here, this bridge is your high ticket offer, right? I'm bad at writing, so don't. I just do this. Boom. That's your high ticket offer. So the bridge between this person, this sad person, to this happy person with actual money is this bridge, and this bridge is your high ticket offer. So what you're actually charging for is not the coaching is just the process. What you're charging for is this person going to here. So you're charging based on results and based on what they actually achieve, not what they get, right? So they don't really care if you have like 10 hours of content. You're not Charlie Morgan. You're not gonna like add 10 like freaking 15 hours worth of content in a single module and you have 20 modules of the same thing, right? This is not easy grow. This is an actual info product that they will consume and they'll get actual results from. Now that leads us to the question, how to structure a high ticket offer. Now, again, I won't go super in detail into this because this video isn't about how to create high ticket offers, more about how to sell them. But I feel like it's very important to have this in the video just in case if anyone wants to know how. Now, pillar one is that if I would had to divide the whole high ticket offer thing into four pillars, it would be these. First is transformation, like define before and after outcome. For example, this is before state, this is after state. I would be good if I change the color. So this is before, this is after, this one's happy, this one's sad, right? So you need to define these two people as much as you can, because if you know how who this is and who this is, the making the bridge is going to be easier. It's like you can't make a bridge you don't know where it's, if you don't know where it's ending, right? You need to know both locations, where it's starting, where it's ending. So same thing is with how you make the transformation for this guy, little guy right here. You have to be super clear on what you're actually doing. Now, delivery vehicle, what gets them results? Done with you, program consulting agency build out. This does not matter much. This matters more on what you can actually deliver for that client. For example, if this person can get hair from a done for you program, go for it. If he can get hair from consulting, go for it. If he can go there from like, I don't know, like a 10-hour course, go for it. The vehicle does not really matter as long as they get the final result, and they actually get the final result. It's not like BS that oh people are getting results and they're not actually not. They're just lying, right? So you need to be actually delivering for your clients, because if you don't, you're not gonna sell. You're only gonna sell like one, two before your reputation spreads. Which kind of reminds me of someone, which I won't name, of course, but you get the point, right? Now, pillar three, support, calls, templates, audit systems. Now, this is good for done with you and done for you, and even in do it yourself DIY stuff, is that you need to add some sort of support, because at the end of the day they'll get stuck no matter what, right? They're going to be always stuck at some random thing, right? So what you want to make sure is that you give them that support that they need to actually get the results. So that could be calls, templates, audit system, etc, right? So as much personal support you can add without burning yourself out, add that much, right? If it's like WhatsApp access, which I actually don't recommend, like you keep your WhatsApp to yourself, add them to a Slack or Discord. That's much easier to manage, right? So do that, add as much support as you possibly can, so all your customers are happy. Pillar four is scarcity slash exclusivity. Why this isn't for everyone else? So this kind of happens when you define this, right? So if once you define this person right here, you won't have to go like and ask everyone else out. So for example, there, let's say if I give this guy some friends, right? If we have this guy and we have this guy, right? You get the point. I'm making people with broken limbs. Who cares? So, right? If these are three people, right? But the one who we just described is this guy. Is this person right here? He makes, I don't know, let's say he's made 50K a year. He's in a 9 to 5, whatever you're selling, right? Or if he's a business owner, if you're selling B2B, he's making 100K a month. He wants to go here, which is 1 million a month, but he's so stuck. He doesn't know, his content isn't working, his ads isn't working, whatever, right? But these are people in the SaaS niche. Yes, they have money, but they don't really fit here. So what you're going to do is you're going to super clear on who you're actually targeting. You're going to say, oh, I'm only targeting this person right here. And if you're not this person, if you're anyone except this single person, get out, right? This is not for you. And once you describe that, but and once you're so specific about your positioning, it naturally attracts this specific group of people. It's kind of like how if you tell someone not to push a red button, they actually push the red button, right? It's kind of similar thing. So that's that, right? Those are the four pillars on how to structure a high ticket offer. The actual content within itself could be anything. It depends on the offer. I created a little cute little flowchart to explain that. So let's say I have this red thing, right? So as for the service you're going to be, or service or whatever info you're going to be providing, it matters on your niche first of all, right? And yeah, like what you actually want to sell. For example, first factor that affects this is, are you selling B2B or are you selling B2C? Now B2B are more sophisticated. They're more like they've been burnt out by more agencies. So for these type of people, you're mostly going to be creating done for you or done with you. And offers going to be can be like very high ticket, like 30K. Even you can even charge that per month if you really have the guts to do so. And for B2C, it's more like you won't be selling like done for you. That's stupid for B2C, but you're mostly going to be doing like either done with you. 99% of the time is going to be done with you or done for you. So done for you is going, sorry, don't done for you, my bad. It's done with you. Done, do it yourself, my bad. So I would say if you're B2C, you're 90% going to time doing this. So it's like some personal support. So you like WhatsApp, masterminds, and you like personal access, all that like shiny stuff, right? And you're gonna slap them with a like program that they can watch. So it's like they can go over the do it yourself, and they can, for the advice and stuff, they can join the coaching calls, they can join this, they can join that, right? So it depends on what you want. And so total, if you multiply 3 by 2, there's like 6 different possibilities in total. So for B2B, you can have done for you. B2B done for you could be like, I'll help you like gain, I'll personally build all the funnels out and book you 50 more calls every single month, and I'll make you tens of thousands of dollars, right? So kind of like how our offer at Revloft is. And B2B for done video is going to be, we're going to help you, we're going to consult you on how you can get book 20, 50 extra calls a month and make 100K extra, right? Let's just suppose that was an offer. And B2B done do it yourself would be more like one on like just 1 hour call. It's like, okay, you charge me 7K for a single session, you're session friendly, let's say, right? And you charge like Hormozy like 7K for a one-on-one session, and you like consult him and you just tell him, okay, do the webinar launch like this and that, and he just goes about do it yourself, right? So that could be a do it yourself kind of offer. It's more like information, could be maybe a course, but I don't see why you would sell business owner courses. Just stupid, because they can see through it. And for B2C, done for you could be like automation, templates, anything templatized, it can be done for you. Or it can be like, I can personally help you, whatever. B2C done with you is going to be, as I mentioned, mentorship coaching is more like done with you. And you do it yourself is just going to be a simple program that does not have any personal access or anything. So those are the 6 possibilities you can go with this offer creation thing. High ticket offers, and exactly what I mentioned right here. What do we have next? So the three elements. Okay, this ended right there. So the three elements for selling a high ticket offer. Now, for this, it's super simple, but most people kind of don't know what they're doing. So what you actually want to do is first think of your whole marketing, whole like how you sell thing, your business as three factors, is elements or traffic factors or whatever you want to call them. Is traffic, marketing, and sales. Traffic is, for example, it could be how you get attention. Marketing is how you convert that attention. Sales is how you convert like that attention you just got interested in your product. How do you actually get them to buy the stuff? For example, right? If you have a YouTube funnel, so they watch the YouTube video. That YouTube video is now your traffic. That YouTube video leads to a, I don't know, free training page. That is marketing. And after watching that free training, they book a call. That is sales. Now, these two, I don't like that black. Wait, let me change the color to red. So these two are very together. Like these two go hand by hand because sometimes you won't always have a call book a call funnel, right? Sometimes your sales would be literally marketing. So actually the way you're selling is just a checkout page. That is marketing, right? So these go hand by hand, but these can be separate. And these what these arrows suggest is like in high ticket offers you can sell directly through traffic without putting it in marketing, but it's efficient to put them through a VSL or something or through free training, then put them to a sales call, then get to a 2K offer. But you can also get them straight to the 2K offer or get them straight to the sales process without putting in them marketing funnel. Now I will show you an example for this in a bit, but I will explain how this works. So, traffic organic, this could be long form. So, this could be YouTube, right? This the YouTube is an only good your long form platform. Short form, that could be Insta, TikTok, Twitter, but these won't be doing any selling. These will all go back to YouTube. And emails, again, emails, you just go back to the marketing funnel, you put them into a free training, whatever. So if you already have an email list, use it, utilize it as much as you can because it's like a hidden gold mine most people don't use. And of course, if you want help with it, just go click the link, first link in the description. I'll show you how. Now, for the YouTube, what you want to do, especially in high ticket offers, the most efficient way to sell it is through long form content because no one's gonna pay you 15K, 30K just by watching Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter posts, right? No one's stupid enough to do that. So, what you actually want to do is you want to redirect them directly to YouTube from your short form. So, your short form is just a way to grab attention and you just put them all back into YouTube, and YouTube is your main way to make money. So, you put them into YouTube. And the reason YouTube works so well is that you can have a super valuable video where you have like 15, 20 minutes of literally you dropping pure value. And if they find it valuable, you can just pitch at the end. Like, hey, by the way, if you want to get result, you could book the first link in the description. Boom. For example, let me show you a person who I think printed like very much money with a YouTube funnel. His name is Cameron England. I saw this guy's. Even Iman Ghazi uses the same hack, like it's B2C, but this guy's more like B2B, you could say. But it's very smart, and every single YouTuber who knows how to make money is doing this. Is you go to this high speed video, it's an 8 hour course, right? It takes effort. So for full AI agency course, $0 to 10K a month. Now let's say someone watches this 8 hours, don't you think they'll trust him more? And at the end, what he does is he pitches them this. So what this does is it pitches them here. You put them in the email. Once you put the email in, it's going to upsell you directly to book a call, right? Like, wait, I think this is here, right? The first link in the description is learn how to launch and scale agency and beyond. Like I said, book a call. But easy, like just like I told you, it's just a book a call funnel, and it leads back to that, right? So don't you think if 75,000 people watch this, let's say out of 75, let's do the worst case scenario, right? Let me bring my calculator out. If out of 75,000 people, let's say, suppose like 200 people book call, that's like the worst case scenario you'd have. and out of 200 people book calls, let's say only 50% showed up. Again, that's like very, very low numbers. I just want you to get an idea how growth this is and how much money this model actually has. Is that now, no, I'm just, wait, 200 minus 50%. I'm bad at maths, as you can see. So that's just 100, right? So out of 200 calls, book calls, let's say 100 show up. Out of 100, you have terrible close rate. And let's say you close like, you fumble 90% of your calls on, and you only get 10. Now that's 10 customers. Let's say this guy's help launch and scale your agency to 10K. I mean, this offer is, I can guarantee is at least like 7, 8K. And if you multiply 7 by 10, not 7, like 7K, but the same thing, right? So if you multiply 7K with like 10 people, that's like 70K just from one single video. And imagine if it actually performed a bit better, that would be 100K at least just from one single video. So YouTube is very good in terms of this. Now for the marketing funnel, right? There's two good funnels and ways to go about this. One is VSL, free training funnel. This would be like how, kind of like how I have it at my agency. If you go here, I didn't need to update this VSL, but it's like, okay, here's how you can make an extra. It's like a VSL and boom, book a call. Same you can do the B2C. Like everyone's doing this, and you can have a sign up link. You don't have to, but it's really up to you if you want to or not. But you get the point, right? And second is webinar funnel. And the way you do this is either you have it live or evergreen. Live is basically you host a webinar every few days, every few months, and then convert them into a like, again, it all goes back to content because you want to optimize for consumption, not for sales, because if they consume 8 hours of your content, they're easily going to buy. That's why Hormozy did like 10 hours of live stream, because it just made much more sense to have people consume that much, and it's just no brainer for them to not buy, right? And evergreen is you just record it once and you get like hosted again and again like it's a new one, and you can always run these on cold traffic. But for the sake of this video, we're only going to do that on like organic, right? And for sales is super easy. Again, you don't have to have a book a call funnel, even though sales are much more higher on that, and you'll definitely make 10 times more money by having book a call funnel. But it's not important, right? You can have a simple checkout that also works. But if you have sales, you just, this is literally just how good your closers are, how good you are at sales. Just get a good closer, make them close at like above 50%, and even 30%. That's like very good numbers, right? If you have 100 book calls and 150 people show up, 30% of them buy, that's like, I don't know, right? At least 15 people. That's a lot. 15 people on a 10K offer, that is 150K. So this whole video is just to show you that it's super easy to sell high ticket offers. Is that, and it's like the whole, I gave you the whole roadmap. So what you do is you go post a lot of content. So it would be content about like this, like super long tutorials. These are crushing it right now in the market. And with that, you also have some education content, some more attention grabbing content, vlogs or stuff. If you want to do that, then you convert them into, you either directly send them to the sales booking funnel, or you put them through a webinar, or you put them to a VSL, whatever, right? And then you have them on a sales call, you sell them on a sales call, and you collect cash. It's super simple as that. Now it would be pretty unironic if I didn't mention my own pitch and didn't give you an example of how I'm doing. I'm at selling a high ticket offer. So if you're a business owner and you're like at 20, 50K a month, and if you'd like to add an extra 50 to 100K a month by booking more calls and weaponizing your email list, just just click the first link in the description, click that, and yeah, book a call and I'll see you there.